Hey guys, it's Frank from Cruising with Wheels. Traveling on a plane and through an airport can be stressful as it is. But what do you do when confronted by rude, inconsiderate fellow travelers? Let's take a look at some examples of poor airplane etiquette in this episode of Frank Pushes Back. Now, we'd like to think that we're all brought up with good manners, that we're kind and considerate people. But remember, we're not alone in all of this. We are among groups of people from all over the country, all over the world, and they're brought up with different sets of values and social skills. So, we have to determine what category do we fall in. Do we fall in the kind and considerate or the who gives a crap? Now you arrive at the airport and you start to see some rude and disturbing scenes around you. The seat hoggers. A few weirdos. Some disgusting diners. And the Brawlers. And then you board the plane and you start to see some real etiquette violators. What's number one on the list of etiquette violators on board? The seat kicker. That's right, the seat kicker. That is the number one complaint from every flyer on an airplane. Whether it's a small child or just a fidgety adult, it is the number one most annoying thing that can happen. And don't be afraid to speak up to the flight attendants. Next on the list is some poor parenting skills. Yeah, that's right. Don't let your kids run wild all over the airplane, up and down the aisles, standing up on their seats, turning to the passengers, sitting behind them and yakking away and bothering them, or screaming and yelling and just acting out. Control your kids. You're in a confined compartment. And I know there's going to be, a lot of backlash on this one with, well, babies can't help crying. You're right. Little babies cannot help being upset, crying. And I know the parents have to do their best to calm their little babies. And that's where it goes to the passengers around them to really be patient and understanding. It's not a 5 or 6 or 7-year-old. It's a little baby, okay? And there's certain things you can and can't control. Now, next on the list is the, I hate to say this, the smelly passengers. Yeah, the people who don't bathe, don't wear deodorant, have BO, and the people, I don't understand where they do this, the people that just kick off their shoes and maybe even their socks, and they got their stinky bare feet all over the plane. Next are the sound violators. Yeah, the people that are on their iPads watching a movie without any earbuds on and everybody can hear what's going on. Nobody wants to hear what you're doing. Or the person on their cell phone playing a loud video game. Again, nobody in the plane wants to hear that. Okay, get some earphones on. Be quiet. They probably want to watch their movie or play their game, and they don't need to listen to your nonsense. And the next on the list is oh God, I hate this. Is like almost the worst. The boozer. Yeah, the person who arrives at the airport, has already hit the bar, is already half drunk, gets on the plane, and is boozing it all up. And you got some sloppy drunks, mean drunks, angry drunks, and then you got some drunks that end up duct taped to the seat because they're violent and out of control. And that is not going to end well. So pace yourself and watch your alcohol intake. And, you know, maybe if the person next to you is imbibing a little too much, you know, a gentle nudge and some advice. Maybe if you keep them in some conversation, they'll stop the drinking. I don't know. Next is the Chatty Cathy. Yeah, that's right. You're on the plane. You know, you just want to read your book or maybe take a nap. But Chatty Cathy here is, nobody here wants to hear your life story, Kathy. Nobody cares. Okay, I want to be on the plane. I want to be relaxing. I don't care what your Aunt Martha served for dinner last night. I don't care where you're going. None of my business. I'll never see you again. So remember, Chatty Cathy, let these people have their quiet time and their privacy, okay? You know your audience, okay? Activate a brain cell. Cut down on the Next is the queue jumper. Yeah, those are the people that when the plane is landing, they're like, oh hell, I am going to be first off this plane. And they're all the way in the back. And, you know, and everybody's, there is an exact, row by row acceptable exit to the plane. But these people think they are just going to shove everybody out of the way. It's just crazy Mad Max kind of, attitude of I don't care, shove you aside. I don't care whether young or old. I am getting off the plane. I understand people have concerns. If the plane got in late, they have a connecting flight. But there's a way to go about it with an excuse me, I'm running late. I don't want to miss my flight. Can I get by? As opposed to just ramming through like a bull in a china shop and knocking everybody over to get there. No. Next is the seat back guy. Boom! Yeah. The massive recliner. You've got to have respect for personal space. And you need to know who's around you. I'm 6'2". You got people that in front of me that I am crammed. If we're not lucky enough to get that front seat where the wall is, and I have room and I am crammed, my knees are practically up to my chin, and then you got somebody who's reclines all the way back. I'm practically eating the top of their seat. Know who is around you, and think before you recline. These are tight quarters, and this also extends to, as somebody would say, not that we're all germaphobes, but in the age of COVID and everything else, and the flu and this and that, watch the coughing and the sneezing. What they say? Cough, sneeze in your arm. Masks, as of this point, are still required. So, let's be courteous. And nobody wants to look at you, right, and think, oh, my God, this person has the plague. You don't want to have that kind of look. Next is the Armrest Hog. You know them. Their arms are all over, and they think that all three seats are theirs. And there's actually armrest etiquette and rules. I kind of didn't. I guess I kind of knew, but when you hear it spelled out, it says, the rule for armrest is that the person on the aisle gets the aisle armrest, and the one by the window gets the window armrest, and the person stuck in the middle seat gets both of the shared middle armrests. That's theirs. So there are actually etiquette rules to that. So, don't be a hog. Be kind and considerate. The next one are all the foodies, the people that believe that they're bringing aboard food from their house. Cabbage, fish, egg salad. Nobody on that plane wants to smell your egg salad sandwich from home or whatever. You're not going to be on this flight forever that you need to bring half your kitchen with you. Okay? They serve, if it's a long flight, you're going to get a lunch or a dinner. Otherwise, you're going to get a drink and a snack. You will survive. You will not die of starvation. Be considerate of the people around you. The next one are the people that think they're in a spa. The spa users. You're not on an airplane. It's not a spa. I don't know where you think you are, and you're not at home. So don't cut your fingernails. Don't cut your toenails. Don't be giving yourself a whole new hairdo, brushing your hair, and doing all that kind of stuff. This is not the place. Again, you're not going to be on this plane for the rest of your lives. And you should have done that stuff before you left home, okay, before you got on board. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody. It is disgusting. Next is the overhead bin thief. Yeah, that's the person that has brought so much carry-on luggage that there's just no room for it. And then, of course, the size of what they brought on is way too big. And then you're wondering, how the hell did that get on board? Because if it is too heavy to lift up into the bin, you should have checked it. Okay? And the people that, I love it, the people that are like trying to stuff it in, right? And your stuff is up there. Now, you might have grandma's gift in there, and they are shoving their giant piece of luggage, and cramming your stuff over and jamming theirs in, and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm going to get to Des Moines, Iowa, and grandma's gift is going to be crushed to bits. Okay? Their stuff, everybody needs an equal amount of space, and I hate these people that think they can just cram, half their luggage, half their closet up in a bin. Well, then you got the people who are seated in the back of the plane, and what they do is, once they get on board, they put their luggage right in front. Yeah, this way, when they get off the plane, they don't have to carry their luggage through the plane. They can just walk themselves, grab the luggage right up front, and leave the plane. Yeah, and they don't work either. Not right. Have some manners. What are you, brought up in a barn? Then we have the airplane dumpers. Yep, these people think that the airplane is the city dump or their home. The mess they create. Again, how long are you on this flight that you have had to create this giant mess? It looks like the city dump. I mean, we go from Rochester to New York City. It's a 45-minute flight. New York to Florida, barely 3 hours. How could someone make such a mess in such a short amount of time? And the flight attendants are not your slaves, okay? And the people, be considerate of the people around you as you're tossing garbage all over the floor and all over the seats and whatever. Be kind, be considerate, and be as neat as you can. I know they have the cleanup crew. When the flight arrives and you're off the plane, the crew comes in and cleans. But again, they're on a time limit. They got to get on, they got to get it cleaned, and they got to get off. Be considerate, because the longer it takes is the longer it takes for that flight to take off for the next people. And it's just being inconsiderate. And lastly, the most dangerous of all, and the most, it seems in the news every day, the brawlers, the people on a flight that are fighting with the crew, fighting with other passengers. They are a danger. They are a danger to everyone around them. They are a danger to themselves. Yeah, these are the people that end up hog-tied and duct taped to seats. These are the people that when the plane lands, they get hauled off by the local sheriff and arrested for interfering with the flight crew. How many flight attendants have been injured? Oh God, that poor one. Someone punched her in the face, broke her eye socket, lost a tooth. I mean, what the heck? And a lot of times it's, because of whatever they don't like, which is maybe the mask wearing, and other times where alcohol is involved, yep, things go bad really fast. And that's what happens. But you will end up in jail. And I'm telling you, I'm not worried about the plane crashing because of a malfunction on the plane. I'm worried about the crazy brawlers that are doing crazy crap on board and that are going to cause a problem for the plane to crash. That's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of that. Okay, I'm scared of them. Yeah, they're nuts. I want to thank you for joining me for this episode of Frank Pushes Back. Remember, don't just watch our videos on YouTube. Be a regular family member of Cruising with Wheels and hit that subscribe button. I want to remind you, 50% of the people that watch our videos, They're not even subscribers. I don't get it. If you enjoy our videos, watch our videos, just hit the subscribe button. It's free. Remember, we're also on all the other social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. So on behalf of Kevin and myself from Cruising with Wheels, remember to always travel safe and cruise often.